Okay. I'm trying to figure out how I can get the link for Miss Sunkissed in here because I'm doing it on my phone and normally I do it on my computer. So let me see here. Let me see what I can do. Mm, Let me see here. Um, did you get the link? Is the sound working? I can't even tell. Hold on. Let me see. All right. So I'm just waiting for Queen to be able to come in. Queen Sunkissed. All right. Am I tripping or not? Am I not being able to see? Let me see here. Here we go. Here we go. I see. I see. I see. Hold on. Let's see here. Did I get her in? Just a moment. Let me see. Add to stream. Okay, so
Okay, you did it.
girl, I haven't done a stream in so long with people that I don't even know how they do it anymore. I'm gonna be honest.
Yes, the technology has changed dramatically.
Big time.
Hmm.
Anyways, what were you saying? Like, what do you think? So, do you think these white women are correct in what they're saying?
I don't think either side is correct. I think both sides need to stop talking shit to each other and have a conversation with each other.
No, no, I get that
Because
part. I get that part. However, I
Mhm.
also I also understand um when black women say that they're starting a movement and it doesn't include white women, like why is that a problem for white women to just sit back and mind their business?
because if we supposed to be in a desegregated society, why would black women choose to segregate themselves?
Well, let's be honest. Even in a family unit, you don't have white people walking into your house when you're living every day and you're cooking dinner and you're washing clothes and you're instructing your kids. So why is it any different that black women have a social media niche and they're able to speak what they want to speak? Like if you were in your own house with your own kids or your own family members, why is it a problem for white women? Sometimes you just got to sit back and mind your goddamn business.
Well, to the white woman, if let's say that same thing happened with white women started their own thing and they said only if you white,
Okay,
there
and
would be a demographic of people that would call them racist.
okay. Well, depends on what they're talking about. Like, come on. There's nothing black women that are talking at whatever they're talking about. It has nothing to do with racism or white women. And like the black woman said, we're not even saying anything about you. So what's the
No,
problem?
it's just the fact that they're not included. So, like, when I look at this, I
Mhm.
get it. I understand it on both sides. However, I
Mhm.
know a white woman trying to articulate it from a white person's point of view is gonna get shot down. She's gonna automatically be labeled as racist just because she's saying, something that's gonna benefit her own particular group.
Mhm.
So the only reason why they exist is because of racism. Because historically, black folks was excluded out of a lot of things. So to rectify that, we make an integrated society. We pass laws that say you can't exclude people, but then you see the group that these laws were created for in small ways start to exclude the people who made the laws, essentially, because that's essentially what's happening. And they're like, well, if we do it, we got to get called racist and all of this type of stuff. And don't get me wrong, some of them are racist, but some
Mhm.
of them not. You know, for the ones that's not, and they just want to, because I mean, let's just be real about it. We can all be women and all of that. There are cultural differences and nuances. The energy is different when I'm with my people that are not black than it is with the people that are black, and I'm sure it's the same for all other demographics of people. It's just different when you're in
Cultural,
different places.
yeah, cultural differences. However, I don't see on social media, because this isn't like walking into a restaurant and not being able to be served. Like, this is not what this is. This is actual having conversation. And in my
Hmm.
opinion, when it comes to niche conversations like this and them follow me back, this is like being in your house and you having a house party and you've invited all of your friends to the house party. So let's be honest, white people aren't inviting black people to their house parties,
Right,
and black people aren't inviting white people to their house parties. This is just what it
right.
is. What's the problem?
The problem is if one group is allowed to do it and the other group can't isn't allowed to do it,
But
so to speak.
nobody's stopping these white women. Even the black women on these social media sites are saying, "Listen, we're not stopping you from talking to white women about issues." The problem with white women is they have lost. I'm speaking from my observation. They have lost what's important. Okay, so they
Hmm.
let women's right to choose go by. They're letting women's rights in general pass by because they think they're married to a husband and they're going to stay married and they're always going to be provided for. And the facts are, turn of events can change all of your circumstances. Do you want to be the woman that's out in society, can't make a living and can't do anything because
Right,
you've overturned all women's rights?
right.
So what do white women want to talk about? They're not talking about anything important.
I mean, I
What are they
think
talking
it's
about?
not even about feminist ideology at that point. I think it's really a race thing. Uh oh, you
I
okay?
don't know what's going on. Yeah, I'm good. I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know what's going on. Every time I get on StreamYards and
Uh,
I have
try, try to refresh it. See if they help.
refresh.
Yeah. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. What's good, Soup Bone? We waiting on Fury to return. I think it's a really good conversation to have because people be so linear and one sided, and that ain't the world. That's crazy. Oh, she's loading. Oh, there she go. Turn your camera out. Okay,
Okay, yeah.
you
So
good?
I don't know. I don't know why this does it. Yeah, I'm good. I don't know if it's the device that I'm using or what, but I don't
It's
know.
probably StreamYard.
But I don't feel like when black women saying follow me back is a threat to white women whatsoever. Why are these particular white women finding it a threat?
So I haven't gone over there and seen it. I just seen people talking about it. But I'll ask this question: have you read the comments in the discussions?
Well, I mean, I didn't read the comments because I basically just woke up a little while ago. My dogs had me up all night long. I don't know what the deal was with them, but so I slept in and I woke up and like this is something new to me, and I'm like, why? But why? I'm hearing these white women talking about what a problem it is, and I'm like, how? How is this a problem?
I mean,
Why do
if
you
I
think
was a
that
white woman, I probably have a problem with it.
huh?
I said if I was a white woman, I probably would have a problem with it on some
Right.
level because we are a desegregated society. Why are you segregating yourself? Why can you segregate yourself and you not be called racist? But if I decide I want to segregate myself, I'm going to be called racist.
I mean, segregation is it's still happening in America. We know this.
It's
So,
happening
I
right
mean,
now
you
on
have
Twitter.
oh,
What
I
is the
know.
purpose
But
of excluding white women out of the conversation? What's the purpose of that?
okay, so what if these black women had their own exclusive conversations as if they were in their own home, because that's how I feel like it is. They're having a house party and they're in their home and they're speaking about all these issues. And then if they want to reach out to white women and include white women in certain things that maybe white women can help with, then by all means. But if they're not asking white women for help, and that one woman said something about empowering black women, you can't empower a black woman. How does this woman think she can empower a black woman?
Well, you know, a lot of people think that they can be allies for the
That's
cause and all that weird shit.
that is that's a very egocentric point of view, because empowerment is internal. It starts internally. It has no affiliation from somebody outside of your own body. That's the start of empowerment. And how does this woman feel that she somehow can empower a black woman? Stop it. That's you cannot.
Right. He said you should give some background to what you're talking about. We did. Is he late?
So
Um,
there's a movement. It's called Follow Me Back on, I think it's on
TikTok.
TikTok maybe.
Yeah, it's on TikTok.
Um and it's black women that are talking to other black women and saying, "Listen, if you're a black woman, we'll follow each other back." And that's what they're doing. However, there's white women jumping in it and saying that they don't dig that it's not fair to them somehow.
So
And that's the
let's look
gist
at
of
it like
this.
this. Let's look at it like this. Because the reason why this follow train is happening is so people can get some monetization. Okay. Um,
Okay. Okay.
so here we go with the economic factor. Why did the history
Mhm.
between black people and the United States happen in the first place? Because of an economic factor. So all of these
Mhm.
laws and things have been changed to make black people be included in the society or to help them be included in society. And then we get to a point where it's kind of a strange time that we live in because we not in like the civil rights era and back, but we not quite at the level of equality. So to move as if you still in the civil rights era, I mean, if I'm a white person looking at that, I would be offended by that. Because what are you doing? So when you said in the comments that they perceive it as a threat, well, it is a potential threat. Because let's say, I don't know, I mean, I think it's kind of asinine considering that black people not that much of the population in this country. However, when it's always an issue of dominance, power, and control, you
Mhm.
always gotta look for. the threat that's coming. So if you're gonna exclude me out, whether than us just doing it on our merit, it's a you shake hands with this one, but y'all not shaking hands. Y'all bonding over skin color. But if I do it as a white person, I'm gonna get called racist. I might even get charges brought up on me. So taking it out of the context of it's just social media and looking at the economic factor, I can very well see why they upset about it. Do I agree with them being upset? Not really, because we still not equal. So I mean, I feel like it should be a bit of understanding, but I also think that black women should be understanding of how white women would feel about that.
But this is the thing. So let's just say these white women have a movement, and what their movement is about is, let's just say, lem- makeup's already out there, but let's just say they have a gardening, just quote unquote gardening group, right? There are
Hmm.
white women who are homesteaders that link up with other women in homesteading. Now, are there the sprinkles of other black women that are homesteaders? Yeah, they're in the group too, but it's an actual movement of homesteading, right?
Right.
Is anybody downing the white women that are doing that? No. So this is why black women are telling these white women, go start your own little thing, that your little niche, whatever you do, and go start it on your own. You don't need to be a part of our movement. And they can do that. So what's the problem? Why aren't they doing
So,
that?
well,
Because
what
there's
is the
white women
niche?
on YouTube that are homesteaders that are doing it,
Yeah,
and
but that's
they're not being
homesteading.
ostracized.
That's a skill though. Like
I
being
just
black is not a skill.
I know, but I just okay, so it's issues that concern black women. What's the problem? Why is that a threat to white women?
Because it's not about the issues, because that's not what they're doing. They're not doing it so we can follow and talk to each other as black women. No, it's all about monetization. That's what they doing it for. So you're excluding
Okay, so why
white
is that a
women
problem?
simply because you excluding white women because they white. So if white women were to exclude black women because they're black, it's racism. We gonna go to the news. We gonna report you. We gonna blast you. We gonna tell how horrible you is. You racist. You this and you that. But because you black, you get to exact those practices, and nothing is said.
Well, I feel like if you're a white woman and you have some kind of like, I don't know, something to add to the world, and you want to start a movement, and you say follow me back, then by all means do that shit. But they're not doing it. So clearly
So what they
they don't
supposed to
have the
start
initiative to do something like that.
so if they started the white girl follow train, you everybody should be perfectly okay with it.
I mean, I'm equal opportunity, as long as it's not oppressing other people. Like if you want to do that and that's how you feel personally, I don't feel that way, because my belief system is woman first, feminist second. So it doesn't matter
Yeah.
the race. So that's my movement. That's what I feel. But if you're a white woman and you feel so low self-esteem that you need to fucking base all of your worth on your fucking skin tone, as a white woman, by all means do that shit. I don't care.
So is
I
that
don't
what
care. I'm
these
gonna be
black
honest. I
women are
wouldn't vote.
doing?
No, what the black women are doing, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is what I feel, because I see in real life, black women, when they unite, they actually are doing something. They are doing something to make life better. If not better for themselves, better for their families, better for their communities. That's what I've always seen. I've never seen white women doing that. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Oh, I don't know. I don't have very much experience with white women, but I can't say.
I don't see white women making a movement. I don't see women making a movement to make life better. Aside from the homesteading and that kind of thing, yeah, that makes their family better. That makes their whole community better. They're gardening, they're cooking, they're preserving. Yes, that makes their quality of life better. I get that part.
Right.
But
Hmm.
just to be on social media and to want to start a movement just based on your skin tone. And that's what white women would be doing, because it seems like they're very jealous that black women are doing this. To
Yeah,
me,
see, is that right
I
there?
don't get that.
Why is it okay for
What you
the
mean?
black women to do it, but it's a low self esteem or something if the white women do it?
Okay, because that's really what it is. Because I've seen when black women follow and follow back, I from throughout history, I've never seen black women just follow back just based on skin tone. When black
Hmm.
women gather and collect together, they're making changes for the better, for themselves, for their families, and for the communities. That's what I've always seen. I personally have
Yeah.
never seen white women do that.
So,
I've not.
cause it's the fact that I know that this is strictly about monetization now. I understand that in following people, you will
Okay.
find these niche groups, i.e., the homesteading and stuff like that. That I can understand. If these little small groups
Mhm.
were being attacked, then I would be like, okay, white women is tripping. But the fact that you just gonna exclude a whole demographic of women simply because they not black, that's questionable.
Yeah, but this is social media. This is not life threatening. Like, what is the problem? Like, okay, so they
But
don't, so they're not monetized. Big whoop de doo, do something else. You know what I mean? Like, you can do something else. Like that. Listen, I'm not monetized. I've been on here longer than probably most people, right? And if I
right.
really wanted to build my channel, I know how to do it. I don't do it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
clearly these white women are not taking the initiative that these black women are doing. And why aren't they? I mean, I have my reasons for not building my channel. I have my reasons for not building these two channels. If I was going to build a channel in the future, it'd be a travel channel. I would do a travel channel, and I know differently. If I was going to monetize it, I know the format that I would choose for that channel, and I would implement it. But I haven't done it yet.
Right.
These women haven't done this yet. So nobody's stopping these women from getting to where they want to get. If they actually want to make money on social media, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then what is their niche? What do they want to do that will get them so many followers?
They can start a white train. They can start a white only train.
And what's that going to do? I mean,
That's
aside from
gonna get
them
other
getting
white
monetized.
women to follow other white women, and then all the white women can get together in their little niche groups and do whatever they do in their little niche groups. But as a large whole,
I mean,
they're getting
I'm
numbers.
personally I'm going to be honest. I'm not stopping them from doing that if they want to do that. If they feel like their skin tone is the basis of their value, then by all means do that for these white women. I personally don't feel that way. I'm very woman first. I feel like women's issues are first. I feel like women's issues in the forefront. I feel like the feminist movement still needs to be here. In a perfect world where there's a perfect patriarchal system, or there's a perfect divine order of men in the society, and laws are built for the benefit of all people, then I wouldn't feel the need for the feminist movement. However,
Oh yeah, I don't have a problem with feminism. I just don't, cause
yeah,
it's too many crazy bitches that fuck around with feminism. I just don't identify it. I'm just gonna walk around with the authority that God gave me as a woman. That's just how I roll. But I don't necessarily have a problem with
exactly.
feminism because I know if feminism did not exist, then I wouldn't be able to do a lot of things that I'm able to do as a free woman in
Right.
America. So but when it comes down to these racial things, like I don't I get why black women are doing it. And if I was on TikTok, I'd probably join the train too. At the same time, I'm not finna tell these white women, oh, you wrong for how you feel, because they not. Because if I was on the receiving end, let's make it be, it's the black women that are the greater society, and these white women the ones that have a historical history of being disenfranchised, and they put a train together. How am my black ass gonna sit up there and have a problem with it? So I see it on both
But
sides.
they're not actually, yeah, but they're not being disenfranchised. They can actually create their own niche, and they're not doing it.
No, no, because see, it's not a niche. Because these black women not creating niche. It is simply because you black. I don't got to know nothing about you. All I need to know is that you black, and if you black, you get a follow, which gets you the numbers, which get you the monetization. So the white women, they could do the same thing, except for my thing. White people don't want the backlash of being called racist. And see, we can say it's just social media, but everything that changes in society, for the most part, starts with grassroots movements. So you got a small thing like this happening online, and somebody decide, let's say, it becomes, the niche thing goes offline and it's in the city. Well, you got two, let's say, quilting clubs. One of them is black, the other one is white. And they tell the white girl, no, you can't come in here, this for black people only. And the white people tell the black girl, no, you can't come over here, this for white only. Well, now we done got
That's
segregation
a whole,
introduced back into society. See, it started as small stuff like this, and these are the things that we got
that's a
to
whole.
ponder. Uh oh, you there?
No, I get that. That's a whole nother. When you're talking
Is that my phone? You see.
With kids, you never know what's going to happen.
let me
At One Medical,
Uh oh, she out. Let's wait. See if she comes back. Nice. Okay, so I there she go. Oh, let me stick that on there right there. Okay, there we good now. We good now.
Oh, I think it's this device. I think that I don't know. It's starting to heat up, so I think it's because it's such an old device that I'm using for this. But
You on your phone?
I yeah, it's an old phone though.
No, it ain't the phone. It's the beams in your house. So in certain places, your sound will go out. It happens to me all the time.
I mean, because everything else works, does it? Well, I'm the
Yeah,
farthest way from my internet. Yeah.
yeah. Like sometimes
No,
certain
but
places.
I feel like go ahead.
Oh, certain places you have a beam. Like when I go, I can be on the phone talking to somebody, and the sound would just cut out. But if I move, it'll come back. That's all.
Oh, or maybe I should go downstairs. I'm the furthest from the box, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Now
But
what you were
I don't know.
saying?
I just feel like if I just feel like it, yeah, I feel like if white women wanted to start their own like follow me back, they could do it. I mean, I feel like it'd be biting off black women. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Oh,
Like
it would
why
definitely be a
couldn't
copy.
yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I just feel like they could have their own niche.
I mean, I agree with you. It's just it's a very nuanced situation that's happening, and I
Mhm.
think people need to have more conversations rather than fighting about it. Because only thing I've seen is bus bitching about it. Like, okay, they might not understand your side. Like, ooh, I get heat all the
Mhm.
time because I will have uncomfortable conversations with white people. Now, it's one thing to be gaslit, and it's another thing because some of them don't know. They really don't know. And when they're asking questions, they're not trying to be rude, disrespectful. They truly ignorant. So you educate them. And I've seen this.
Yeah.
And I had to like with the way I speak. I had the way I speak, and what I had a Gullah Geechee Bible, and this woman picked up my Bible and was like, "See, look at this gibberish bullshit," and tossed it. I said, "That's disrespectful as hell." And she's like, "Wait,
Hmm.
that's not English." I said, "That is very much English." I said, let me educate your ignorant ass. I said, "Let me tell you something." I said, when they brought them people over here in chains, they didn't get to sit them down in the classroom. They wasn't taught they ABCs or nothing. They was beat the fuck on until they spoke the language. I said, so
Hmm.
however the
Same
language
with
came
Native
out is
American.
how it came out. And I said that passes on from generation because you learn speech by hearing it spoken, people speaking to you and all of that. If you deny the education, you just gonna get it from the environment that you in. And I said, that's carried on. I said, it ain't very many people that still speak like I do. I said, but it still exists and it exists for a reason. I said, so it's very disrespectful for you to sit up there and say that it's not English. I said, now take this Bible and this Bible, and I said, read both of them and you tell me what's so different about what's being said. And she
Hmm.
opens it, she reads it. Well, it's saying the same thing, just differently. I said exactly. Somebody's difference is not something for you to shit on. It's something for you to celebrate because we all human at the end of the
Yep.
day.
Yeah.
So I don't. I get it. It seems crazy, especially with the context of what happened in history and the strides that we've made as a country and as people to get to the place that we are now. I could see how a white person could see what they're doing and interpret that as why the fuck would you go backwards? You know what I'm saying? That's how they see that.
Hmm.
If they ain't racist. Now some of them just racist and ain't nothing you could do about that shit. But for the ones that's
Well,
really
I mean, I
perplexed,
know.
go ahead.
I was going to say, I know about karma, and I know that this country has a lot of karma because there's a lot of ill things that have happened. If we want this country to thrive, right? And I do, because I live in this country and I love this country. I'm not going to lie. If I wanted it to thrive, then we need to be aware of all the things in history and not cover it up and lie about it that have taken a place throughout history, and it needs to be corrected. And part of that correction is other people understanding the feeling of what it means to be outcast, separated, all these different things. It is a karmic debt to be paid, and that is what's happening. So on social media, there's no bumps and bruises for that. So if you feel that this, it's a way to open people's eyes to get to a better place for this country. And if the least the thing that can happen to you is that you get your goddamn feelings hurt, then so be it. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, I agree. I'm just like, people need to have a conversation and not be, because it's so much vitriol when they have it. It's the name calling, and unfortunately, people be mad because I'm gonna say it, but it's true. Most of the name calling and the derogatory comments come from black women. Okay, now white women sit up there collectively as a group and start saying that about your black behind you. We sit up here and call it all races and all of these things. So, black people tend to do a lot of things. They feel like they can get away with a lot of things because of the history. And as we evolve and we get better, some of those behaviors got to start curtailing themselves. We can't keep saying, oh, it's okay, because at some point it's not okay anymore. If we get to a point where let's say, I don't know,
Yeah.
the black wealth gap between black folks and white folks is, I don't know, within a 90% difference or whatever. It would things like this monetization train, would it be okay then? Because these are the things we got to ponder. At what point is it no longer okay?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't see anything wrong with Black women getting monetized in social media. Because let me just say this: these companies, they're making a shit ton of money, and the majority of these companies are not Black owned. They are white. They are white CEOs of these companies. So why shouldn't Black women get paid off of these corporate businesses like this? Why shouldn't they get monetized?
Oh yeah, I don't have a problem with that neither. But what about the average white woman that she probably paycheck to paycheck too? Why she got to be excluded from also
No, I
getting on the
mean
money
I
train
get that.
just because she
I get
white?
that as well. I get that as well. And I'm I want women to be okay. I don't care if she's black, white, or whatever, right? I want
Right,
women to live prosperous lives, period. Because if women are living prosperous lives, we can probably pull things up and get to a better um I want to say utopia, but I don't know if we would ever get to a utopia. But people having a better understanding, being educated, and living prosperous lives, and part of that prosperous lives is not just monetary. It's about understanding and intellect and growth, and all these things is part of that prosperity.
right.
And we've been set back. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know who you voted for, but I'm very anti the Trump movement, because I feel like the
Hmm.
Trump movement set our country back decades, honestly. I know people say, oh, this was all brewing in the background. No. However, yeah, it might have been brewing in the background, but there's ways to be an adult and talk, like you said, talk about issues instead of what has transpired with the Trump movement, and how this made everything so ugly when it could have been a very like mature way to conversate back and forth between the races, and it didn't turn out like that. It set us back. So
Um, yeah, to a certain degree, I agree. Trump is an idiot. Yeah, not an idiot. He's a jackass. Trump is a jackass.
well, he's everything like that, and he's
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 a
very
jackass.
calculating too.
I don't necessarily feel like he made things worse. I feel like that shit was already there because under Obama, Trayvon Martin died, Sandra Bland died.
That's true.
Uh, that woman over in Dallas sitting in her apartment, she died. All of this, the people were still dying.
But a
Racism was
president,
still
a
happening.
president can't it's there. A president can't stop these things from happening. However, a president can implement something that makes it more beneficial for a demographic of people that suffer or are downtrodden. So, like right now, we have a huge homeless population. There's a
Hmm.
million and one things I think that the government can do for this homeless population. Are they doing it? No. And we have Biden. And there's a thing about there's something going on where Biden is sending the oil that's coming from the pipelines from Dakota all the way down into Texas, and he is exporting that oil to the UK. Now, I feel bad for the UK because they got a problem because they normally get the oil from Russia. However, we're paying exorbitant prices for oil, and this oil is in our own soil, our own American soil, and we are not reaping the benefits of it. I have a problem with that
Right.
because our economy is tanking. Our economy is tanking, and we don't care about the citizens in our own government, and it trickles down. So if you are middle class and you're finding it hard to feed your middle class family on 100K a year salary, what do you think somebody that's making only less than 20,000 is doing with their kids, or somebody that has no job and their kids? That's what I got a problem with, because the economy, when you go to the store and you have to pay $8 for 18 eggs, we got a
Hmm.
problem. And you don't even make $10 an hour, and you're paying $8 for one carton of eggs.
Yeah.
We got a problem.
I think it's like that worldwide, you know what I'm saying? Personally, I feel like, the new world order coming. So, I think that's what's going on.
Oh,
And
definitely. Yeah, because when we got a president that instead of taking care of its own people, Biden, and instead of exporting oil, why aren't we making the oil cheaper so that the truck drivers can make sure that the food gets to the grocery stores, and the grocery stores aren't paying high prices and then passing it back on to the consumer so that we can actually live our lives halfway decent? That's what I got a problem
yep,
with.
yep.
Like that can be a movement maybe these white women can stand up for, and maybe they can get followed back when it comes to, you know making things better in this country, instead of what your skin tone is. Like, come on, chick. So are they jealous?
No, I
That's
think if we
that's
gonna
my
say,
thing. It feels very jealous.
I don't think it's a jealousy thing. I think it's a racist thing in the progression of the country. You excluding somebody based on the color of their skin. It's this and nothing more. And if white women turn around and did that to black women, it would be national
I think,
outrage.
well, I mean, I think everybody has their own period of growth, and if, I personally wouldn't exclude people based on their race for having communication. Like, I would never do that because I just don't feel like that's a beneficial thing for anybody. I don't think it's beneficial for the country. I don't think it's personally beneficial. But if that's how you feel, then I feel like, you got to do what's best for you. That's all I say.
Right. I wouldn't necessarily get upset about it. And I'm not gonna say that I wouldn't do it because as a black person, I'm sorry, it's just some conversations I don't want people that ain't black in because I know you
Right.
might not know, you might have you gonna trigger, you gonna derail what we got going on. So you just sit to the side, we pick you up later. There and then like it happened to me when I was in school. It was some Latina girls and we were learning about certain populations of Native Americans and they started talking about a custom. And so they got disturbed. And so because they was disturbed, I wanted to go out there with them while they talked to the teacher and see what the disturbance was about. And when I went out there, they was like,
Hmm.
"We not trying to be funny, but this don't have nothing to do with you." And I was like, "You know what? You're right. This ain't got nothing to do with me. Let me go and take my ass back in the classroom." So I get it. People have the things that they want to deal with internally, but for a group of people, you gotta think. We say you don't know what it feels like to be marginalized, but you don't know what it feels like. With on some level, you may know what it feels like to be on top, to be the standard, and then have that shit removed all of a sudden, or
Mm.
just pulled like the rug pulled from under you. That's what a lot of white people is experiencing. You know what I'm saying? The white standard of beauty. What is that? You know, when I was growing up, it was long hair, blue eyes, and all of this stuff here. All these black women walking around with all these afro puffs and this hair standing on top of their head and all these untamed manes and all of this and this is okay. As a white person, that's shocking. And that's a lot for them to digest. And I mean, it's easy for you or us as people of color to say, you know what? Oh well, what you did was wrong. What your ancestors did was wrong, and oh well, you gotta suck it up. But they human too. They still gotta go through a process. If you was born rich and all of a sudden you ended up poor, you have to adjust to that. And
Hold on
I
one
think
second.
us. Okay,
Okay, sorry about that.
I think us
Um,
not.
I mean, I go ahead, go ahead.
I think us not having any compassion for the other side of the argument is what helps create even a bigger risk because really this don't have to be as much conversation as it is. It's because people can't like we sitting up here having a conversation and it's so odd because I'm the black woman, but we on opposite sides of the argument. Whereas some people, they couldn't have this
Yeah.
conversation. They be up there cussing each other out and talking to each other crazy, and for what? Why? What does that solve at the end of the day? Because at the end of the day, where you could have made a friend, or you could have made acquaintance with somebody that could help you in some way or something. Now you created an enemy based on what? They skin color? That's stupid.
But did you listen to that video with the white women speaking? Like they just feel so flabbergasted that black women didn't include them. Why are they so fucking upset? I don't get it. I don't get them being upset.
I
Mind
need
your
to go.
business and sit back.
I need to see that video because I've heard people talk about them. But when I heard people give commentary on their behavior, it makes me wonder if they are part of that demographic of white women. They're gonna include black women in on everything that they have going on. And if that's their track record and their history, yeah, they feel like they just got slapped in the damn face. It's groups of white people that they want so bad to not be put in the category of racist, or they want to be so bad to be part of the solution to the issue that they go over and beyond what is even humanly enough. And then when situations like this start, it's because it becomes personal to them at that point. And I think they taking it out of the whole societal context, and they take it personally and feel like, yo, I done sat up here and open my platform, my space, my everything to you to show you that I'm inclusive, and now you want to exclude me because I'm white.
Okay. Well, listen, I used to have, I used to do live streams all the time, right? And I had a lot of people on
Hmm.
my live stream. And then sometimes it's just meant for certain people are meant to come, and maybe it's a sounding board, maybe it's a kickoff board, or I don't care what it is. As long as the people that are there
Uh oh, you.
that have come on my channel have actually gone on to make, I don't care. I could build my, I don't do it.
Right.
Like if these women really, really are, if they're looking for the sub back, they can do it if they wanted to.
Yeah, yeah. They could. I mean, and if I gave a damn about TikTok, I'd be like, start the white girl train and shut the fuck up. Okay? But goodbye, have a good day. Have fun with your train. Cause this is silly, you know? And as the society evolves, we'll see what happens. Uh oh. What happened? Did you go out again? We at 48. Uh oh. Okay, so 48. Um doo-doo-doo. She'll be back in a minute. Y'all, I just think people make big deals out of things that are not really a big deal. You know, I think people um people be on their square and nothing matters except for their square. And she's back.
So yeah, they, I feel like if they want to start a movement, let them start a movement. I don't care. I mean, honestly, if it's all about the money and it's not about actual making change, like I have no use for that, to be honest, because I feel like I just have a different feeling about those things. However, if that's all it's about them making money, then by all means, create your own shit.
Yeah, that's
But
all it
the
is. It's
problem
a money
is, and
train.
unfortunately, they don't have what it takes to create their own shit.
I think they don't want to be called racist for it. I think that's the
Yeah.
biggest
So
issue. And I'm like, hey, don't go ahead and do it. I won't necessarily think you racist considering where we are. Because at this point in time, like I don't see why. I
mhm.
don't know. I don't even know how effective this particular black girl train is that they needed to go the extra step, and this include white women and what I don't understand. I'm confused. But I don't know if it's proven lucrative to them. Then I guess, and then maybe if it's getting them the monetization more than white women, then I guess I could see them being upset about it. But even that doesn't make sense to me because even if they don't have a train, all of them that's complaining about it, there go your train right there. Just click follow all the way down. So I don't know. I think it's silly at
So
the end of the day.
last year I was really, or last year or the year before I was really. Hello.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. So I was just gonna say, do you know where the majority of my subs came from on my main
Mm-mm.
channel?
No.
I used to I because I'm a very big Dooney and Burke fan, and I just
Mm-hmm.
was buying when the what you call it, the pandemic was happening and nobody could go out. I was just ordering Dooney and Burke, Dooney and Burke, Dooney and Burke, Dooney and Burke, and I was just putting all of my Dooney purchases on my channel, and I was just like, I would do like reviews on my Dooney. The majority of my channel is Dooney and Burke purses. People who love Dooney and Burke purses. And that's black, white, Asian, everybody that loves my channel. That's where they came from.
Right. 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 That's
And
why I
I
think
know
it's
what
kind
it
of.
takes. I know what it takes if you really want to build something. You have to have your niche. Go ahead. Hello?
Oh, 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 my bad. I don't know, girl. I forgot. Go ahead. You said you
No,
know
no,
what
no.
it
What
takes
you
if
were
you really.
saying.
Um, the
If I wanted to build my two butterfly channels up, I
uh-huh.
go ahead.
Oh, I was just ad libbing. What?
There's like a lag.
Oh, it's a leg. Okay.
There, the, my yeah.
Oh, you sound clear now.
Oh, I'm not talking. Oh, I don't know. There's
Oh, she dropped again. Okay. I think she was saying she know what it. This my issue with the thing. The niche group. It's not like they said we gonna have a follow train of black women that have afros. You know what I'm saying? Or we excluding everybody that don't have an afro. No, 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 no. They said you can only join this if you black. That's kind of crazy.
so I don't know if you can hear me now. I had to refresh.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I mean, my thing is these white women, if they really wanted to get subbacks, they can make their niche like everybody else. And I mean, I feel like maybe they just feel jealous because black women thought about it first, and that and they implemented it. So I feel like it's a Hello?
Okay. Um, I don't know if it's a jealousy thing or not. You'll have to talk to one of them white women about that. I just know just on principle, I can't understand like, yo, that's kind of weird because I mean, like if I see a group of I mean, they might as well just hang a black only sign out the door. Shit. That's weird. I get it. But I also understand why they feel like, it's gonna help benefit them and all of that type of stuff as well. I would like to know if it's really benefiting them or not. Like, cause I don't understand how you gonna
Mm-hmm.
exclude if black people is only 13% of the population, you gonna exclude all these other people. Well, the internet is oh well, there we go. Cause the internet is worldwide, so and then that will make white people the minority. So I guess I could understand why they would be upset if they thought that deep. But I mean, I kind of get it. I understand it from both sides. People just want to grow and monetize, and I
Okay.
mean, basically, huh?
Um,
Ooh, you good? You
no,
good?
I didn't say anything. I was just gonna say I mean, this is definitely something that you would be a good discussion. Yeah, I'm here. And but there's something going on with the device. I think next time I'm going to use a different device
Okay.
because this one it's just doing some weird stuff. It's borging and it's making a lot of weird noises. But I thank you for coming on. I think I'm going to end this because I was supposed to go to a client and then appreciate you and giving your perspective. It gives me a little bit of, I'm saying. I'm gonna be honest. I thought that this sub back thing was about a movement, and I'm all for that.
Oh yeah, now this about monetization. Hmm. So thanks for
Hello.
having me up. I appreciate it.
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, okay. So, yeah,
Thanks for having me up.
I thought it was, I thought it was. I appreciate you, Miss Sunkissed, and I'll probably talk to you later on this evening and stuff. Yeah, I can
Okay,
hear you
cool
now.
beans. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, this ain't
I
got nothing to do
appreciate
with no movement. This is
you.
all about monetization on
All righty.
TikTok.
All right, everybody. This is the end of the this live stream broadcast. So have a good one. All righty. Talk to you later. I appreciate your insight because I thought it was a movement.